Did you know that 96% of handyman businesses never make it to $500,000 in sales? And of that, 4% of handyman businesses that make it to $500,000 in sales, they actually only 4% of that 4% actually make it to $1 million. Did you know that 96% of handyman businesses never make it to $500,000 in sales a year? Of that, only 4% make it to the $1 million mark. So 4% of handyman businesses ever get to 7 figures in sales. Why is that? Most handyman businesses have not figured out how to put a residual income into their business, a reoccurring income that happens every single month, month after month after month. Why is that? It's because success in handyman businesses are simple. It's not complicated, but it's not obvious to everyone that gets into the handyman business. I remember a turning point in my business just a few short years ago. I was sitting in my office after we fired our CFO. We'd been in business about 5 or 6 years. We had started this handyman business in the garage of our home with a $40 ad and a throw paper. And we quickly rose to success. My husband left his job a few months after starting the business. A few months after that, I left my job. And within our second year, we'd sold 7 figures in our handyman business. So we skyrocketed to that 7-figure mark. Now, I'm a firm believer that people can get lucky to get to that $1 million in sales, and that's what we were. We really didn't have the knowledge that was needed to run a $1 million business, but we did it anyways. So we skyrocketed to success. We just fired our CFO. So I was sitting there looking at the books for the first time in 5 or 6 years because I just didn't want to pay attention to the financials. Somebody else could do that instead of me. And while the person that we had in charge of our financials didn't do a very good job. And so I was looking at our payroll being due in just about 2 hours and a bank account that was negative $800 in the account. I was looking at our accounts knowing that we put everything into this business, and now after having ginormous success over the last 5 years, we were bankrupt. We were out of money because we hadn't managed our finances. We let somebody else do it. So it was a real big turning point. I sat there and we were devastated because we'd worked so hard, my husband and I, for so many years, and it was all gone. We'd put everything into the business. It had to make it. We'd even franchised. I knew how to get sales. My husband knew how to take care of operations, but it felt like we were just chasing the next job over and over and over again. We were robbing Peter to pay Paul, and we were ignoring our family in the meantime. My husband did the handyman work, and I did the office, and now is in charge of the financials, which I had no clue how to do. We would hire people and train workers, but it seemed like they just didn't want to work. I could get plenty of work, but how did we get the guys to pull off the handyman work? We couldn't staff the demand. Workers were walking all over my husband. They were temperamental, they were demanding, they were rude, they were unmotivated to stay with us long term. We felt powerless and humiliated, and we had no leverage. We couldn't fire anyone because of bad behavior because we couldn't replace them. So I knew in my heart that if I could get my husband off of the truck and we could work on this business together, we could triple or quadruple our business if we could find good workers. Convinced the issues were external, not internal. We just thought people didn't want to work. Thank God I was wrong. A mentor of mine showed me a formula for worker attrition and retention, and it has not been a problem since. People stay with us for years. The results have been astounding in the handyman business, and now I teach handyman all across the world how to work on these crucial principles over the years that I've summarized into 3 short secrets. I know it sounds crazy, but we're used to hearing in a handyman business, handyman being broke and chasing job after job after job just to keep afloat. While that's important, these 3 secrets can really transform a handyman business. It's going to revolutionize the way that you run your handyman business, like a business, not a hobby. I'm Christy Ogle, and I am here to help handyman businesses get off the truck, become hammer-free, and scale to that next level of their business. I've helped hundreds of businesses scale 10x their business with just in a few months. So how is it that you can create a 7-figure income with a handyman business that gives you freedom, flexibility, and great income that you deserve? In Handyman Business Fundamentals, I'll help you become hammer-free by taking care of your handyman business so you can scale to the next level. I'm going to share with you these 3 secrets of handyman business fundamentals so you can get your business hammer-free and up to 6 or 7 figures. And I know you're probably thinking, well, I don't have time. I'm so busy. You don't have time not to do this. You are just wasting money and time. I'm going to show you how you can do it. Here's the first secret that's going to change your business. For your business to change, you have to change. Here's the big idea. If your business isn't working for you, you need to look at the leader. That's you. It's a system failure of some sort. It's not them, it's you. You have to pursue the problem. You have to pursue the solution for the problem. You need to switch your mindset so that you can take care of your handyman business. I thought turnover was from lazy people who didn't really want to work, but it wasn't true. You have to create a position that people desire and people want to work for and they love. I had to stop blaming other people and everything that was external for the issues in the business. This is important because you have to change for your business to change. I know that's a hard one to swallow, guys. The second is you need a good strategy that has been used by people before. Hard work in the handyman business is not enough. You need a proven formula that works. Otherwise, there's going to be failure and frustration that occurred. And I have found that people try to guess their way to success. Most people actually guess to average or failure. You need a simple strategy that is simple and clear, and it's not the obvious. What the obvious is we go back to our comfort zone. The concept of success in the handyman business is simple. It's not complicated, but concepts are counterintuitive. This is why doing the obvious thing doesn't get you success. That's not what works. That leads you to average or failure, and who wants that? Steps that you think should be clear and obvious are usually the wrong ones. We tend to go back into our comfort zone with the obvious things, and it's a sign that you are headed in the wrong direction. You need a good strategy. Now, the main thing to understand here is that community and accountability is very, very important. This is the third secret. For you to be outstanding in your business and life, you have to surround yourself with people that are outstanding in your life. So a community is so important. Jim Rohn used to say, you're the average of the 5 people that you spend the most time with. Who are you spending time with? If you're spending time with a bunch of bankrupt loser people, you're going to be a bankrupt loser also. If you want to be successful, you have to run around with successful people. So when I was at my low point in my business, I surrounded myself with successful people. That's why I could go from bankrupt to 7 figures in sales in the last couple of years. I learned from my mentor how to attain better workers, to keep them trained, to price jobs correctly, and increase profitability in a business that should have been wiped off the face of the earth. I changed my business around. We went to $750,000 and then 7 figures in sales during a global pandemic, and also have workers that have been with us for over a year. My only regret is I wish I would have done this sooner. Community and accountability is vital to the continued success and growth in a handyman business. Handyman business fundamentals helps you get a strategy, and it guarantees your success in the handyman business. If you're interested in this program, make sure and email me or message me on Facebook, YouTube, LinkedIn, TikTok, Instagram, wherever you're watching this through. And so I'm going to introduce you to our Handyman Business Fundamentals course. The Handyman Business Fundamentals course is a 7-step process to building yourself as a hammer-free handyman business to a 7-figure income based on expert business training, expert tools, expert methods to grow your handyman business. I usually sell the Handyman Business Fundamentals course for $24,999. You also get a 1-page fully optimized website for handyman businesses, a $1,999 value. You also get 5 keywords with your niche with SEO, search engine optimizations. This is valued at $7,999. You also get live coaching calls weekly from me, Chip, and Max. That's $11,999 value. You also get a domain name for your handyman business and your website. And you get a Facebook community of like-minded handyman businesses, that accountability and community that you need. Imagine a business where your workers love to come in and don't call in sick all the time because they love and value their position. They want to stay with you long term. Imagine a business where you never have to swing a hammer. Imagine a business where your sales and growth and your business keeps growing and you're the highest paid handyman in your industry. Handyman Business Fundamentals does just that. Today, I teach handyman all across the world to create a business for themselves with freedom, flexibility, and great income so they never have to neglect their family. They're well paid, they're well trained, they're respected, and I can teach you to do the same thing. Now, as building this program, I had two choices. I could keep it super low and get as many handyman in the program as I wanted, or I could create it with a little bit of a higher tier, a higher group of handyman. And that's what I wanted to do. So there is an application process to get into Handyman Business Fundamentals. Email me, Christy@sometimespouse.com, to get an appointment to get started with Handyman Business Fundamentals. If you truly think it's for you, I'm looking for people that want to grow their business, become hammer free, and get to 7 figures by 2023. Now, my husband is hammer free. He works daily on the operations of the business, not swinging the hammer. This is an impromptu trip that him and I took to Austin, Texas on a Monday in December because we have that freedom and flexibility. And guess what? We still made income when we were there. Our family is not neglected anymore. We have the freedom, flexibility, and great income from our handyman businesses to have the life that we've always dreamed of. I know you have what it takes to be successful. Contact me at Christy@sometimespouse.com to get started with Handyman Business Fundamentals. And let's get you to 10x your business in 2022. Guaranteed. I'm Christy Ogle. You guys have an amazing day and keep warm out there.